In today's video, we will take a look at real estate market activity in Milton. My name is Anna Eckstein, Ultimate Luxury Group, Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Realty. Let's start. All right, so let's take a look at Milton detached single-family home. Today we'll take a look at difference between 1 month of activity and 12 months of activity, January and February of 2025. So let's start with medium sales price. And just so you know, moving forward, I will include average sales price as well. But if you ask me where we should pay attention, we should pay attention on medium sales price, because medium sales price, it goes right in the middle. It doesn't matter how expensive or how less expensive homes sold in that period that we're looking. With the average, the challenge can be that if 1 month can be super expensive home sold or super inexpensive home sold, that would affect the average sales price. That's why when you're trying to understand a more long-term real estate trend, it's preferably to understand and to see medium sales price. All right, so let's take a look. So where we at on the medium sales price in Milton for single family homes? And we are up in 1 month of activity, and 12 months of activity we are up as well. But take a look, it's interesting that yes, we are up 9% and medium sales price is $1,105,000. But take a look, it's interesting, the same month, but the activity is taken in consideration 12 months. Our medium sales price is $1,300,000. So you say, Anna, which one is accurate? Well, they're both accurate. It just depends how we take in data. If you're looking for a long trend to understand the market, you always wanted to have a data that it's a 12 months, right? Because it's accumulated for the 12 months and it's a better understanding where we've been, so we can better understand where we're going in the short term, obviously, right? So that's why it's more accurate to understand the 12 months. But I wanted to start including the 1 month of activity so you can guys understand, because it depends to who you're talking and how people take in the data. Those numbers could be so different, and you could take, well, how come it's so different? Well, it just depends what type of data you're taking, how many months and things like that. If you look in 3 months and 6 months, I'm sure these numbers will be completely different. So for the month of February, we're actually just in the month of February, you can see how the price actually jumped to $1,462,500, and it's up by 43%. But our 12 months is still running $1,320,000, and it's up by 10%. The price per square foot in Milton for single family homes, it's about, in January, $275 per square foot, and it's up by 6%. In month of February, actually alone, you can see how the data is jumped to 349. But if you look in, and it's up by 27%, by the way, if you compare the 12 months, it's 289. So it's more aligned with, you see the longer trend, you can see how it's more consistent. And when you look in shorter trend, you can see how it goes, can be very volatile, it's up and down, and would not be as consistent as you can see the 12 months. That's why I say to understand, it's always, you have to know what happened last month or month before. But the longer trend, you have to take the longer data to see more of the consistency. The new listings, we up across the board. We had 26 new listings, single family homes came in the market in the month of January. It is up by 4%. In the month of February, we had actually 40 listings, and it's up by 5%. So you can see it's interesting how the people in January, they're still like, oh, okay, the spring is coming, but it's not quite there yet. In February, it's like, well, let's start putting the property on the market because spring is coming, right? Active listings across the board, we are up by 11%. The 21% up in February. So active listings it's good for the buyers, but for the sellers, there's more competition that you have to compete with more sellers up there on the market. days on the market, we're actually down to 55 days compared to a year ago. You can see that we, in January, just in 30-day period, we were 105 days on the market. And this January, we only was 55 days on the market, which is good if you're the seller. 28 days on the market is under a month, and it's 7% down compared to a year ago. And month supply, where I call we are, and think about this way, last year we were definitely in a buyer's market category, because anything above 6 is considered to be a buyer's market. Anything below 3 is seller's market, and in between it's a neutral market. So we definitely right now more balanced market, neutral market with 5 months. And with 29% down actually compared to a year ago. And we actually, in February, we 8 months. So we definitely start getting into that buyer category market, 4.2% on overall trend, 12 months. And we sold 14 single-family homes in January in Milton. And we sold 10 homes in February for the single-family homes. And the seller getting about 95, a little bit over 95% of the asking price in the month of January, 97 in the month of February. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find this video valuable for you and for your family. If you're the seller and you're thinking of selling your home in Milton, Georgia, I would love to just sit down with you, create a success of roadmap, how we can get there at the highest price possible, and the terms that would be acceptable to you. If you're a buyer and you're thinking of moving to Milton, Georgia, I would love to sit down with you and create your success roadmap plan, how we can get there. My name is Anna Eckstein, Ultimate Luxury Group, Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Realty. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next video.